All right, guys, I'm doing attempt two. So it's not the national. I'm not doing the national league next year. Nah, it's Premier League in 2 years, and I actually have all the teams this time instead of accidentally including Wolves. Yeah, Southampton, Spurs. Oh my goodness, this chart is so red. Goodness gracious. Anyways, I think Sunderland. Oh, fuck. Spurs, Southampton, Wrexham all go up. Two of those teams are red, and it's lighting my eyes aflame. Southampton gets rated and doesn't refill. Spurs refuses to be an actual competent side and will probably somehow end up going down the year after. Wrexham aren't currently built for it. They'll probably peak at like ninth, and their lowest will probably only be like 16th. So they'll be like comfortably safe whole season. I just think Brentford's gonna be slipping for a while. I think Coventry will go up, survive a season, come back down, close in a battle with Forest, Spurs, Brentford. I think he'll be pretty confidently safe. And Bournemouth, I think they're gonna be cradled with Europe the year before, and they're gonna struggle, and then they're gonna get rated by a whole bunch of mildly larger clubs from other leagues and also bigger clubs in the Prem, and they're just not going to be able to refill the talent. They've lost Andoni Areola. They're probably not going to get as good of a coach. That coach is going to get poached next season because they're probably somehow going to go like semis in Europe, and they're going to get some random guy, and he's not going to do good, and they're going to someone worse, and they're going to be like bottom in like February, and they're going to have some guy, and he's going to be a bit better, but not good enough, and they will confidently be 19th. They're the only team that's getting an in-depth explanation. Palace, no longer straddled by Europe, will go back to being incredibly mid every year. Sunderland, Leeds, going to their, I was about to say rightful. I'm also dropping Newcastle down a place, just looking at it. You know what? New decision. Leeds makes Conference League. Leeds in the Conference League. You know what? Yeah, I just think Newcastle still won't have enough depth as a squad to like be in Champions League and not die a horrific death. And Villa can handle Europa League and Champions League. We see that already. This will be the top three. I think last time it was City, Arsenal, Liverpool. You know what? They're going to win. And it's going to be the worst league you've ever seen, but they will win it. It's going to be horrendous. And I think Liverpool will actually be a competent side. It'll just take a while. Manchester City. They'll swear the EFL will swear that they're one day going to get those charges for Man City. It's just going to take a long time. Villa in the Champions League, Brighton from like November to March just have the greatest run of form. But before that, they're like ninth, and after that, they're like ninth. So like between that time, they're like genuinely near the top. I'd say there's a decent fall off between these after these four, and then after these three. I think Chelsea. I think let's since we're back to Coventry. I think Lampard will leave. I think I had Chelsea lower than this, and he's gonna stabilize Chelsea, and then they'll eventually go back to challenging for Europe before I don't know the Chelsea board sends him to hell or something. Sounds like something they do. They're so poorly ran, RN gang, and they will be. They're gonna somehow run themselves into a Champions League like quarterfinals and also to dead last relegation in some stupid way. Yeah, because Champions League, dog water. I think they're just gonna be here forever. I might have had Fulham in Europe, but I don't remember. And honestly, who cares? I got same with Brentford. They'll be around this area. Brentford just closer to the like actually in a relegation battle, and Fulham's with Sunderland, Palace, and Wrexham for kind of just vibing. Yeah. Yeah. It'll probably be something like Spurs final day completely blunder. No, not Spurs. I don't know. Coventry completely blunder something last day, and Spurs get a surprise win, and so they'd leap. So this is what it'd look like last day, and Coventry lose, and then Spurs win, and I guess Forest get a draw here to put them above Coventry, who would be a higher on goal difference. Brentford confidently are safe the last day, but do nothing. Mid. Guys, we swear we're challenging for Europe. That's why we had to steal Coventry City's goats midway through the year. You know what? Yeah, that makes more sense. That's why we were like 15th. That's why we're 10th. We'll be good. We definitely won't send him away. Trust. We love the Saudi investment for him. Raw. I don't know, man. I feel like ninth's pretty nice for what we've seen them do with Champions League. What in the league, which is usually right about the relegation, right around these places. Europe, Leeds firmly cementing their place as a predominant club. I think United will struggle with Europe, juggling Europe in the league, but will finish a strong sixth, like a point behind Brighton. Everton, who's like 3 points clear of Leeds, but like 4 from United. And that's pretty consistently how it is for like the whole season. Consistently is in the Europa League spots. They are not better. Really, I think the only clubs who are like really clubs I'd be surprised by is Spurs not being a horrible team at this point, and I don't know, like Villa not challenging at least for Champions League, not being in it because this would be a Europa League year. That's what really would surprise me. Anyway, see you guys next time. I'll be back. Trust. Bye-bye.